Om Shanti and good morning to all of you listeners, and especially for the new listeners. Before we go ahead with this blessing today, have a look at the link above for flexibility, for yogasans, which I've done, and for diet as well as sleep method. That's very, very important for a holistic life. Have a look up there, and let's go ahead with today's 171st day of your godly blessing. What does Baba have to say in this blessing? Baba says, may you be a master lawmaker. We are the lawmakers. God is the lawmaker and He's the one who checks the law. So God says, and He teaches us all the laws through which we can bring about a change in our life and also a change in the life of everybody around us. So may you be a master lawmaker and make the matter. Matter means the five elements which you see through your eyes. Even this body is made up of five elements. Matter. So it helps us also when we follow this law. Means it helps our bodies. Lawmaker and make the matter and the whole world Sato Pradhan. Sato means truth. Pradhan means elevated. The elevated most. And if you think about it, Pradhan is also a surname which is given to many people in Nepal area, Nepal region, Darjeeling region. So Pradhan means elevated or supreme. So whole world Sato Pradhan means completely at the top of truth with your power of truth. So what does that mean and what is this truth which Baba is talking about or God is talking about? Let's get into the details. Baba says, when you children imbibe the power of truth, God is truth. He is the lawmaker of the truth, the true ways of living on earth. You're thinking, you're talking, you're seeing, you're listening, you're speaking, you're doing actions through this body as a soul, child of the Supreme Soul. If it is not in truth or alignment, it first affects whom? It affects us. There's duality in our mind. There can be only one truth because truth is one. And when there are different aspects, when there are different versions of falsehood in our life, then the truth is completely washed away. And that's where the trouble starts. That's where the peacelessness starts. That's where the diseases in our body start. That's where the dis-ease in our mind starts, with depression, with anger, anguish, and many, many negative things, because we are further away from the truth. First truth is that I am a soul, you are a soul. If we don't accept this truth, that I am a soul, the child of Supreme Soul, and we think of ourselves as the body, then no matter how much of worship you do, no matter if you have read all the scriptures, doesn't even matter whether you have learned every bit of the verses by heart, it doesn't matter, because you're not soul conscious, so you're not God conscious. As simple as that. So Baba says that is the first truth. Consider yourself as a soul. And majority of the people in the world, 95% of the people don't even know that we are a soul and we are not this body. And that's where the whole difference lies. So God says, when you children imbibe the power of truth, that's the power of truth, and become master lawmakers. When we are working on soul conscious basis and we are working in a life, walking in a life, we are seeing through these eyes as a soul, and we are deciphering every information on the basis of soul, then we know what is right, what is wrong, who's right, who's wrong, what is the right thing to do, what is not the right thing to do. Everything becomes crystal clear provided we move towards soul consciousness. There's a percentage in soul consciousness. Somebody's 10% soul conscious, somebody's 20% soul conscious, somebody's 80% soul conscious, and somebody who's 100% soul conscious is right over here, the Supreme Godfather. I don't say that you put a frame like this and you pray that He's God. No. God is not into frames. God is not into any form of physical structure. God is incorporeal. But to remember Him, He has a form. Just like space also has a name. Space has a name, has a form, has a color. Similarly, why can't God have? So God also has a name. We call Him Shiva, Jehovah, Allah, or different names. But God is a point of light, the divine being. That is also one of the truth which we need to accept. Otherwise, we'll be looking for God into physical forms. We'll be looking for God into five elements. God says, I don't even exist in five elements. I stay beyond this world. That's why whenever you pray, you look up. So then let's get into more details. Baba says, God says, Godfather says, matter will become Satopradhan. Five elemental matter will become completely pure. it will come to its highest stage. Today air is polluted, it is tamopradhan. Today water is polluted, it is tamopradhan. Today you have land mass full of chemicals being tossed because of chemicals and fertilizer and many more things. That is tamopradhan. It was satopradhan. It wasn't like this earlier. Everything was created new by God, and what we children have done is we have spoiled the house where we are living in. So God says everything has become tamopradhan because of the tamopradhan, or the impure thought pattern in every soul. Every soul has become impure. Now the time has come to become pure again. So all souls create their fortune of salvation. It is in our hands whether we follow truth or we follow falsehood, and we go for temporary gains and temporary happiness and temporary attainments of this physical world. And for that purpose we leave away, or we completely obliterate complete truth in our life. So God says all souls create their fortune of salvation. Your truth is like a touchstone. Touchstone means, you can call it alchemist stone, the philosopher's stone, where we say that that stone, if it touches iron, iron turns into gold. So God is also known as the greatest alchemist, or the supreme being, or the supreme father. So just as a touchstone is able to turn iron into gold, so that iron is also turned into gold, in the same way the power of truth makes souls have become completely like iron. That's why we call this as Iron Age or Kali Yuga. Why? Because anything which catches rust fast is iron. Steel doesn't catch it, right? Gold doesn't catch rust. So God says that you have become like iron intellect or stone intellect. Now I, the philosopher's stone or the alchemist stone, I come down on earth and give you the right divine knowledge that you are a soul. You're not a five elemental body, because our mind has become like a stone because it thinks that it is made out of five elements. We think that we're made out of five elements. That's why our body is what we think we are, and that's the falsehood. That's not the truth. And that's where our mind intellect becomes like a stone. We get greedy, stone intellect. We get jealous, that's stone intellect. We get egoistic, that's stone intellect. We get angry, that's stone intellect. We get lustful, that's stone intellect. So God says, just as a stone is able to turn into gold, in the same way the power of truth, when we seek truth, when we follow truth, and as I say, seek the truth and the truth shall set you free. So makes souls, makes matter, even five elements around you, time, even time is affected by it, and all material things around you, all relationships which you have, brother, sister, father, mother, everything, all sanskars, all your habits which are supposed to be following truth, diet, what you eat, what you shouldn't eat also, and interaction with others, sato pradhan. So when we are following the truth, when we are following the path of truth, when we are following soul consciousness and God consciousness, and doing every karma, every thought is, by the way, karma. Karma doesn't mean what you do, what you speak, but what you think is the seed of your karma. So God says when your seed is impure, is not true, is not golden like, is not like a pure symbol of God, then you are thinking like an iron aged, completely tamopradhan, impure soul. So God says first follow the truth, then your other souls who are around you, matter around you, time, material things around you, your relationships, all your sanskars, your bad habits, diet, and interaction with others will become pure or satapradhan. Think about it, so powerful. And that's what we call it as, when all these things change around us, then heaven is there on earth right now, right here. Your house becomes like heaven on earth. So God wants us to change our house, and He has come down to enlighten every house. He's come down to have an earthen lamp lit up in every house. A soul is a symbol of earthen lamp. Let's enlighten the soul. Let's be soul conscious and follow the truth. So I leave you with this beautiful godly Vardhana blessing, where only truth is spoken on this channel. And have a blessed day. Stay in truth. Stay safe. Stay home. Om Shanti.